Do you find yourself ever, like Davey D said, quieting your conscience to some of the music?
I think our society has gotten so used to like women being degraded in music that it's just like an everyday thing, and we just listen to it and we like the beats or something, and if it's what sells, it's what people listen to, and it's just the way it is.
I find it offensive, but I think they portray, like, they go after what people want to hear. Like, they would sell. Like, if they were going to, like, all positive and stuff, I don't think they would sell as many albums as they do.
Do you think that they're dumbing it down for commercial success?
I think all rappers are actually smart, and they're just dumbing their music down because that's what sells, really. I mean, and it's like a mindset you have, like, especially in low-income communities. For some reason, they think it's cool to be dumb, and so that's what the rappers are also portraying. They're not focusing on sending a positive message to kids. Yeah, they're just putting money and women and cars and pretty much the material things.
Well, I don't know, not so much, but I remember definitely like a couple years ago, 50 Cent was, he was really known for that because a lot of people knew that Offset, he was like this really strict businessman. Like, he made a lot of business deals, and he was really smart about like investing his money, and he was really good. And then once he like went into the studio, recorded a song, made a song, it was really degrading. This whole new side of him came out, and people were always like shadowed from the side he had Offset.
I think Lil Wayne would be an example because, like, what many people don't understand is, like, he has a college degree in arts. Like, although he talks like he's very degrading at times, he's an intelligent person. He went to college, he got a degree in arts. It just, I don't think he used it the right way.
I feel like in our culture today, you have to dumb it down in order to be successful. So it's like you can either choose to dumb it down and be successful, or you can stay the way you are and not make as much money as you could have.
I mean, there's an argument for, you know, some people are just simply trying to make a living, and, you know, how are you going to criticize someone for trying to put food on the table, you know? And it's like people in other areas of business besides music go against, I don't know, their morals or make decisions that aren't necessarily thought of in a positive light, but they do it to get ahead. And unfortunately, like, that's the way our society works. And for people in hip hop, most of them come from very low-income neighborhoods, low-income families, and it's kind of like, how are you going to criticize someone for trying to be successful in any way that they possibly can when people do it in all other areas of life?
Do you think that if there was more positive music, that kids wouldn't listen to it as much?
The rap I like is a lot different than like commercialized rap. I really like Atmosphere. I like his lyrics and just the way he actually like talks about real life instead of talking about something like degrading and like not something that most people would actually have in their lives, you know?
I'd say Lupe Fiasco is definitely a role model. He's definitely one of my favorite artists because he talks about, I mean, one of his songs even makes my mother cry. He has many songs that just talk about real life, real experiences. I identify with them, and so do many people, and he's very intelligent, and I think he makes it cool to be intelligent.
We got a chance to speak with Lupe Fiasco on a recent stop on his tour. His fights with his record label to produce smart music are legendary. His song, Dumbing It Down, tells the story.
It was a self-fulfilling kind of song because the original song was called Space Traveling, and it wasn't called Dumb It Down. It was a completely different hook, and the verses were so super duper complex that I was actually told by my A&R that you need another hook, you need to dumb it down. And so we were like, okay, and the hook became Dumb It Down, so it became just like this self-fulfilling kind of like, okay, and we're gonna have this super complex song that's a complete hypocrisy of itself. You know, people still can barely decipher it or whatever, but on purpose, and then actually speak what people were saying about it. Like, y'all can't, man, you, all these big words and all of you, I can't understand what you're saying, blah, 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 which is kind of like the point, you know. So it's that kind of satirical, like, nature on accident, the irony that I love to play with sometimes.
After many protests and petitions, his label finally released his new album entitled Lasers. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard Top 100 chart, proving that there's a demand for intelligent, positive hip-hop.
It comes from everywhere, you know. It comes from the streets, you know. I'm from the streets, you know, like, eliminate the nerd, Lupe Fiasco. Like, I'm from the streets, I'm from the hood. All my friends are gangbangers or in jail or, you know, what have you. So it comes from that, but then it comes from, you know, my family life, which was, you know, focused on education and upliftment and enlightenment and Western and Eastern philosophies and all type of in Islam and a bunch of other various things that come together that allow you to kind of operate in that world and that landscape, you know, and let it not take you under, so you can understand it. Some people get taken under because they don't understand where they are, they don't understand how they got there, you know. So it comes from things like that, the need to ascend into a higher place. You know, that's where my music comes from, and whatever the music has to be or whatever it sounds like, and the conduit and the vehicle, the packaging of it, you know, that it might be the newest fad, you know, or it might be bringing back some old school sound that you maybe forgot about, or inventing something completely new, but the message is always about positivity, you know, and enlightenment. People misunderstand what success is and what money is and what that means, you know. It definitely opens doors, but I sit around some of the richest people in the world and they're bored, you know, and it's like, it's not even about buying things, it's about experiences, you know, and experiences don't really cost anything, you know. To go out and experience something is completely different from buying a couple Lamborghinis. To experience a Lamborghini, and then you understand it's just another car that's actually really terrible to drive, you know. So for me, it's just kind of putting focus on the things that are more important, you know. And success in some aspects are important for self, you know, but most of the time success is for others, you know, and you can't really control what others think of you. And even me trying to be positive and whatever I do, even this interview is going to get deciphered as me being too talkative or talking about something, or just too cerebral, or he's got an ego or whatever, or he need to dumb it down, or some people like, yo, why is he dumbing it down in an interview? You'll never completely please anybody. The only person you can really please is yourself, so, you know, so I focus on that.
Thank you for watching another episode of Generation Next. And there you have it. They have spoken, and that's what they have to say about hip-hop. Next, we'll find out about teen obesity.